Good morning, everybody. Cheers. Freezing stream, indeed. It's now 3 degrees. Yay, it's gone up. But, yes, it's a half a cup of coffee. How you all doing? It is seriously cold. It was 1 degree when I got up this morning. Actually woke an hour earlier than I normally wake for a stream day. And so I actually turned the heater on at home at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was, rather cold. The heater's not even going to do anything in the house today. So I decided when I came in this morning that I was going to vacuum, and that'll warm me up, and it did. It warmed me up for a little bit, and I'm now back to cold again. So maybe I'll just spend the stream vacuuming. What do you think? My printer. I'm sitting here watching my printer. You might hear it, you might not be able to hear it. My bamboo printer is completely screwed. And super frustrating. Lots of failed prints, lots of failed starts. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. Rip bamboo. I've mentioned stuff on Twitter, I've mentioned stuff on Discord. I've been chatting with in the supporter stream about it, the Patron stream. I really don't want to buy a new one. And it's just really frustrating. So, wasting a lot of filament, wasting a lot of hours, and I don't know what it is, Mako. It just failed again this morning. I went to do a print, and it said that the Z-axis was stuck. I've already swapped this sensor out, and now the sensor's failing again. It worked for a day, and then it stopped again. So there's something else going on with it. So anyway, no, it's not better to build something custom at all. Sorry, not for me. Last star, sorry. No, I don't want a project. I need a workhorse. I need something that I can print with, not something that I have to build and maintain. So anyway, how's everyone doing? I'm still a bit snotty from last week. I had man flu last week. It was pretty bad. Poor me, man flu, whatever. But don't let any woman tell you that man flu is just nothing, because it's not. I was pretty sick. Anyway, still a bit snotty. So if I suddenly start sneezing and I can't get to the mute button in time, sorry up front. Yes, Paul, time is valuable. Filament is expensive. Some of the filament I've been losing is expensive, and it's just frustration level is just really high. And I really want to just go and what I want to do is go and buy a Prusa XL, but it doesn't match all my needs, and it's just too expensive, and no guarantee that it's going to be any more reliable. But anyway, sometimes it prints, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it prints with no errors, but the print is screwed. And then, but it fails every second, every second time it tries to level the bed, it fails, saying that the Z-axis is stuck. And then if I try to print without leveling the bed, it's out of whack. So, very annoying. So I can't get I want to release my updated Tiny Watch. Still in the box, but I've spent today cleaning up the room. I'm jealous that you've got one, but I don't want to spend the money on one. One of the biggest reasons is I have to, it's an extra $1,000 on top to get an enclosure, because I want to be able to print ABS, and as well as everything else I'm printing. And so I did some pricing, and I posted it on Discord. And it was it's going to end up being like 8,000 Australian dollars for a printer, which is just nuts. Yeah, but it's not that I'm not maintaining my printer. Like I clean my printer out, and it's been getting a lot of love from me. But there's something going on. There's something wrong with it. It's reporting that a sensor's failed, but it can't be the sensor because I've replaced the sensor, and it's either failed again, so something else is causing it to fail, or there's just something else that's wrong. But it reports that there's a
Geek says greetings mortals from the nice city of Nice.
Hey, Quickside Geek from the nice city of Nice, or Nice. You're in Nice? You're not in Nice. Yeah, I don't need. Nice is nice. I've been to Nice.
Oh, you escaped Amsterdam?
Yeah, I don't need another project. I really don't. And I'm struggling to make myself spend more money on another bamboo, because I don't think that. I mean, a lot of typical Twitter people going, "Oh, I've been using mine all the time and it's fine. I've had mine for a year and it's been fine." Like, yeah, whatever. Like, they print great when they print really, when they're working, but they're a new printer still, right? They haven't been out long enough to really understand the durability, the long-term durability. And so far, mine is not long-term durable. Mine's had stacks of stuff replaced in it. No, mine's out of warranty. I've replaced a stack of stuff. 3 parts near the start were replaced under warranty. I've replaced several of those since then, out of warranty. Lots of things have failed on my printer. So, and it could just be a yay, Xeon gets a bung one.
Geek says, would you recommend your printer for use in a McCurspasek?
That was really funny the way it pronounced that. Yeah, I know what consumer law is here, but that doesn't mean anything because Bamboo don't have to replace it. And I can't be without a printer for months while they stuff me around. Anyway, when they work, they work. So for a makerspace, sure, it's very hit, fire, and go. Like, that's the whole point with these. They were designed to be like an appliance. But, and for a long time, mine was perfect. Like, it really was. But it's now not. And it's, I can't seem to get to the bottom of it, of what the problem is. So, well, the Prusa XL is way more expensive than the Bamboo. Way more. And less versatile in terms of the filaments you can print. It doesn't go through an optical. Well, there's an electronics board. I've replaced the sensor according to their guidelines. It could be the sensor board, the electronics board, but I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. But some of the other issues I'm getting on it seem completely unrelated. Like I get an error saying, well, what's the exact error? The exact error is the Z-axis motor seems to be stuck when moving. Please check if there's any foreign matter on the Z sliders or Z timing belt wheels, right? It shows that error, but the printer's moving and it's bed leveling and the Z is working fine. And it homes and it does everything. But that error comes up. So clearly the Z-axis is not stuck. Error is just obscure or whatever. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. I'm doing another print right now. After a failed print before that. And after a failed print overnight. As I was saying, I want to get my next version of Tiny Watch out. And I had to do a case revision, and that's the batch of cases that printed overnight, and they're all, I can't use any of them. They're all just completely, yeah. Like, what the hell? Like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. Sorry, a bit hard to see. So, and they're literally just bits that have fallen off the print. There's probably one, maybe there's one good print in here. Maybe. That one? Maybe that one. Maybe that's one good print. Anyway, super frustrating. I'll get there. And there's also a bug with Bamboo Slicer at the moment where it's not adding supports correctly. And that's really frustrating. It just misses areas where it adds support. And so I have to paint them in every single time. So, yeah. Anyway. I haven't said hi to everyone in chat. Let's say hi to everyone in chat. Okay, Yumbo Prime, hello. Antonio, hi. Jerry42. Still manageable in my apartment. 28 degrees outside. Outside is 32. No AC. Ugh. Yeah, gotta have AC. Gotta. Graham, good morning. Dutch Taurus, hello. Mako, hi. Alan, hello. Johnny. Super Dutchy. What? Oh, Dutch Taurus, right, okay. Sid, hello. Is it nice and warm in New Mexico, is it? Jealous. Loki, hello. Okay, lost it. Backwards. Zalasta, hi. Christian, hello. Quixotic. I got 2 really nice fire-resistant bricks, especially. What? Okay, I've missed some of that conversation, I think. Paul, hello. Just going backwards. If I missed anyone. Deshipu, hello Deshipu. Bruce, hi. Hababaro, hello. Okay, I think I might have everyone. Who knows? No, X-Micron. Hi. Okay, so I had plans for something today, and I can't do it because of a failed print, which is annoying. I've got half of the thing I needed to print printed. It's a new toy for the stream for chat, and I'm not going to show you what it is now because I can't work on it yet, and it's really frustrating. So, oh my god, it's freezing. So I've hidden it over there, and maybe next week, if I can get the rest of it printed, then we can, because I need to assemble it, and then I need to program it, so then you can play with it. But I couldn't do that. I've only got half of it printed. I need more than an extra lab coat, if that was for me. Oh my gosh. It has been cold. It's been really cold this last week, I gotta say. And it's like obviously freezing in here. I accidentally left my heater on not last night, the night before. What night is it? Wednesday. So Monday night, I left my heater on up here. Thankfully, I don't have the heater belting, right? Like it's just on, it's set to like 21.5 or something, and it's just on low, just to take the edge off. I don't like sitting in the heat. I don't like having hot air blowing on me. I just don't want to feel freezing. Anyway, I left it on by accident, and so I came in yesterday morning and realised that it had been left on, and it honestly hadn't made a difference. I'm sure it did. Like it probably lifted the temperature in here by about 4 or 5 degrees, but it was still like I still couldn't do anything. I don't even have paste in the fridge at the moment. Like it's just out because it's colder out than it is in the fridge. It's really frustrating. So anyway, make up on fire with data sheets and fry some marshmallows. Burnt paper smell marshmallows, tasting marshmallows. I don't know. Doesn't sound appealing. So
Pete says don't forget to put the paste in the fridge to warm up.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in the fridge to warm it up. It's pretty crazy. So I was thinking of doing this. Turn on the heat bed. The what? So I know that there are newer, probably better chips than the 8874 motor driver, but I've got a bunch of these. I had them for a while. I read paste as pasta. No, don't eat it. Don't eat the paste. No. There's no sauce you can add to the paste to make it edible or nice. So I've got a bunch of these motor drivers, and from an idea I had ages ago. And some of you might remember this, which was the board that I got for this. Do you remember this that I assembled and then went nowhere? So Michael actually got this board up and was able to talk to it, flash different firmware on it. But we even got that. Remember that it came with that PS2 controller? We all got all that working, but the motor drivers on this do not work. For whatever reason, we can't get any output from it, or whether it's their firmware, which is just shocking, or whatever. Couldn't get this board working at all, so I had no ability to get anything happening on this. This is supposed to be the replacement for Tenki. So I thought, why don't I just make my own driver board, because I don't have enough projects already. I don't waste enough money on just doing lots and lots of PCBs that go nowhere, so I might as well. And then, it felt like a fitting thing, considering that I have a habit of blowing up motor drivers on stream, and not that you get much warmth out of the flash of a fire that's only this big and gone. I'm not going to be burning it in today, but I might design some in a way that they burn on another stream. So, I figured, hey, let's just do it. So let's do a board. Yeah, what else is there to do? Yeah. So, so I've got the driver sheet. I thought I had one of these Polulu motor drivers somewhere, and I might. So I could just do that. I could just make a custom PCB, get 4 of these motor driver boards and stick them on and do that. But, you know me, I'd rather burn through a couple of non-working PCBs first. What's interesting is all the schematics I've looked at of people implementing these drivers, they all do it very differently. Printed circuit surfboard? What? Okay, so I've got an empty KiCad project called Omni Rover DRV887401. So I reckon we should just start, and I'll probably just stick a tiny board into it, put some headers on it, put a tiny board on it for now. I don't need to integrate anything. I just want to get so I need to be able to get 4 motor drivers going, and I need encoder input, because they've got encoders on the motors. Which program is what? This is KiCad, yep. So, all the windows open in the wrong place. I'm going to have to add oh, that's annoying. I much prefer how the footprint stuff works in KiCad than the symbol stuff. Tools. Manage symbol libraries. DRV8874.
Alan Madsen says it is so modern these days to design keyboards. Does Unexpected Maker think about designing and making one that gives an unexpected character?
I don't want to make a keyboard. No, I don't think I want to make a keyboard. put it? Okay, here. Okay. So let's try that again. DRV8874. Okay. So I need 4 of them, but let's just set one of them up first.
Geek says, so what happened to the robot uprising?
The robot upright. You mean the arm, the 6-axis arm? It's still out the back. I only just got this area here clean yesterday, after everything else that I've been working on and doing. So I'll get back to it at some stage. Yeah, Dishipu made one. Did you do Bluetooth in the end? Was it Bluetooth?
Geek says, does it work?
My robot arm. No, it doesn't work right now. That's why I need to get back to it. I made some modifications to it, printed some new parts, was going to assemble it, and I turned it on and something blew, and I don't know what. And as soon as that happened, I packed everything up and put it out in the front room. So I'll get back to it at some stage. I need to go through and see what's blown. Okay. Shipu. No, the enclosure and the mill is not completely ready. I'm still working on the Kazaa enclosure. I've got some power supplies coming from Mauser, and I've got, which is for the lighting, and that's the last thing that needs to be done, although there are some other modifications I want to do. It feels like the enclosure is taking up more time, and it's whatever than the mill, but I will get there. I will. Are there any free circuit simulation programs out there? I need to redesign an old circuit to run using modern transistors with different action values. I don't know. I don't know, actually. Is Wakui a circuit simulation? Isn't it a microcontroller simulation? Not a component, like low-level component simulation? I don't know. Okay, so I'm just looking at the Pululu stuff. Again, it looks quite different to what other people have implemented. And of course the naming is all quite different. And if I look at the data sheet, where's their implementation? It's alternative. Okay, typical primary application. Okay, so need a point. Why they 0.022 microfarad cap? Really? 0.002 microfarad farad in. What's microfarad? Isn't that like 2 point? Isn't that like a 0.22 nanofarad? Yeah, or is it 22 nanofarad? Anyway, fuck, my brain doesn't even working right now. But the point is, why don't they just write 22 nanofarad? Like, that's a bit annoying. But my brain is really not working. Okay, CPL and CHP. We need a resistor. R. Really? Where's R? God, it's one of those days. value 22 nanofarad footprint. Oh my god. All the windows open on the wrong window. Yeah, I didn't want to do R to rotate. Seriously, I can't type. O402 resistor. That'll do. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Wait, resistor? What am I doing? I told you, it's a bad day. Bad day. It's a capacitor. Did no one pick up that? Did no one at all? Oh my god. It's a rough day. Okay. Wow, we got one component in there. Okay, so VCP into 0.1 from VCP to VM. You need to design a PCB, but you can't be bothered. I kind of feel a bit the same. I'm kind of really over the whole designing PCB thing. Though, I have to say, really? Hang on. Aren't there small? I want device C small. Where's small? Oh, there, right. That's what I want. Change. Change symbol. That's better. Oh, I really can't use my hands this morning. Okay. Hey Peter, good morning. Hey Beata. Okay, what else do I need? And a 0.1 and a bulk. So interesting, what do they, I need to see what they call bulk. Okay, I need ground.
Geek says you need a cat.
Meow. What do I need a cat for? What do I need a cat for? Actually, let's grab those, move them over. So, when they say bulk,
Geek says so you don't have to make the meowing noise yourself.
oh, but I like making the meowing noise. Yeah, sit in my lap and keep me warm. Sit on my fingers and keep me warm, except then I can't work. Well, I'm going to it says how much bulk is bulk, do we think? Like, I don't like putting anything above 0603 on a board anywhere. I mean, so I mean, yeah. We'll worry about that later. Okay, what else do I need? Okay, end fault has to be pulled up. So now I need a resistor. R. Really? Is that? Can I not do R small? Or is there no? Oh, it's underscore. What? Whatever. In fault. Okay, so. Finish. Power. I need a 3v3. Hey, Embed Hobbyist, how you doing? The through hole days. No, we don't want through hole days. No. Oh, I gotta remember, what is the, it's a tilde? Can never remember. Yes, I got it. It is, okay. So for those that want to know, that don't know how to do this, like the hat, like to be able to say that it's inverted, you do a tilde and then squiggly brackets around the name. Hey Christos! No, it's not Christos, it's Christopher. Sorry, Christopher. I thought I read Christos, but no. How you doing, Christopher? Okay. And that's to be pulled up. So that's going to be, I don't know, 10k is fine. Okay, what else do we need? I mode is pulled low. VREF is up. I mode is low. Really? VREF is pulled up. I'm running out of space. I could just put them to the side. Flying rats? What? What am I missing in the chat? So there's a VREF, VCC, ref 2. Really? What are we supposed to be setting VREF to then? Current regulation reference voltage. Example 2.5. What? What are Palulu doing on their VREF? 10k and not placed. Wait. No, that's going to, what's N sleep? What have they got on N sleep? N sleep is going to an IO. See, everyone's implementing this stuff totally differently, which is really, pigeons are flying rats. Possibly. And RI per external resistor 5.5k. That's assuming that the VADC is 2.5 volts. Controller ADC reference voltage. But that's for current sensing. And I don't know, I mean, it's not 2.5 volts. Oh, this is going to be a pain. Why does it have to be so difficult? Why do they make motor drivers so difficult? Why does Espressive have to do ADCs that aren't 3.3 volts? Okay, so let's just... I'm going to pad some of these out. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's just go and name some of these in one. Into what's a bin chicken? What? A sky rat suffering from gigantism. Chicken but binary. What are you guys talking about? Yep, my print finished. I'm not sure I trust it. In sleep. P mode. iProp. What is it? iPropy. Out 1. Out 2. Okay, this is just stupid layout, what I've done here. Seriously. Okay. And what's P ground? This goes to ground. P mode goes to ground. Don't like doing that. Okay. Actually, let's... This is annoying. vref. No, vref. Why can I not get my fingers going? Okay, go over there. Okay, so I'm going to have to work out what I'm doing with the vref because I don't understand. So I need some type of resistor going from iProp to ground, and I don't know what I need to put there. So I'm going to have to work that out. I'm going to have to find some reference. I'm going to have to see if someone's made a board that's connected to an ESP32 or something like that, so I can check what it's supposed to be. I'm going to go get my print, see what happened. Nope, mangled. Mangled again. Wow. What is that? Seriously.
Geek says mangold.
Mangled. I have to say, getting a little annoyed. I think the mangling of these because the support stuff isn't working in Bamboo Slicer properly. It's not adding the supports where they're supposed to. Hey, Simple Electronics. Yes, I'd rather a mango than mangled. I mean, just to show, before my printer started playing up, here's a whole stack of them I printed. I mean, I've got a whole container of them. No issues at all. No mangled anything. Unfortunately, these, I needed to strengthen a couple of the clips that hold the front and back together. So it was possible that after opening and closing a couple of times, one of the clips would break. So I fixed that, and I can now open and close 10 times, no problem. But now I can't print them. So these were printed 2 weeks ago, before I started having problems. But I don't want to ship these to people because they'll won't last. And these new ones will last, but they will no longer print. And although occasionally it prints, because this is a printed one that works. This one worked.
Geek says, given you're in Australia, have you tried putting the printer upside down? P.
Oh, have we tried? Yeah, Control Alt Delete. I have tried turning it off and turning it back on again. Yes. Be right back. Hearing loud bangs. What? No, I don't need to print a Benchy, and it's not an error in G-code specifically, but it doesn't matter what I'm printing. I'm getting failed prints on all sorts of prints. Okay, manufacturer's kill switch. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Oh my god. No, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go... Let's go into here. Okay. So let me show you the problem. One of the problems. So this is the latest Bamboo Slicer. This has been happening for at least the last 3 revisions. If I... Let's go into here and erase all painting. So if you look at this, so this is the front and back of my watch case, right? And if you look at this, this is the back. Oh my god, move. Thank you. There's the sections where you can attach the Apple Watch band, right? If you look at the inside where it's red for the overhang, right? That area there is saying that needs to be supported, and these are identical. The ends on each of these, are identical. It's the same shape mirrored, right? But watch this. If I slice it, it only adds support on one side. Where's the support on this side? There isn't any. Yeah, so that's the first problem. That the slicer isn't slicing properly. And then, so I'm using, it doesn't matter whether I do this or not. If I flip it 180 on the plate, See? It just rotated where it was. So this only started about maybe three or so versions ago. If I put it on an angle, it's the same problem, right? They're identical ends, and this never used to happen. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is I'm now printing, although this happens whether I do this or not, so it's not because of this. I'm doing mixed material for my support. I'm doing PETG as the interface, so the red is PETG. And so, for those that aren't aware, PETG and PLA don't bond. There's no layer adhesion between them. So what you do is you can specify a different material as the interface between the two when it's doing support, and so it just falls apart. When you pull it out, you don't have issues trying to get the support material off, which works great when my printer prints. But there's this weirdness going on where I'm telling it to only do on the interface and only do one layer, right?
Geek says, have you tried printing something that doesn't use support?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what I print. My printer's got problems. Everything I print sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Support, no support, doesn't matter what material. It'll fail to bed level, it'll fail to print, it'll fail whatever, right? I'm just talking about the support stuff right now in here. I'm talking about Bamboo Slicer at the moment. So if I go and tell it to do a greater section, like I'll say 25 degree, let's put it 40 degree threshold angle, right? It's going to try to do way more, but it still doesn't do this. See that? There's still no support. But look what it does. It's added support at the bottom. But there's nothing to support here. And it's added PETG at the bottom, which it shouldn't be doing. This is the... I've been refining the model for the last 3 days. Every single version I'm printing is a new version. It's not the version from that. It's not the importing of.
Geek says, go home, Slicer.
Yeah. There's just something's got. They've just wrecked the slicing. Right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And then the other problem that they're doing is they tell it to only have one layer of interface, and they've got two. I don't want 2 layers of interface. You see that? 2 layers. But it says specifically here, one layer. And so the problem with that 2 layer means 2 filament changes. Actually, look at that. There's 3 layers here. Just they fucked their slicer up. I don't know what they've done. Oh, it's infuriating. So this should, that's like an extra 10 or 15 minutes of print time, because every time it does an extra layer, it has to switch between black or between PLA and PETG. It has to poop out a whole bunch of stuff, right? It's just infuriating. Do you have an old file before the slide? An old file? You mean an old version of Bamboo Studio? I mean, I could try to find a much earlier version of Bamboo Studio, but that's not causing the print fails, and this has got issues. The previous versions were crashing on the Mac all the time, and no one at Bamboo is watching this. Bamboo just, yeah. Bamboo got massive quality control issues at the moment. I had a rage on Twitter, I don't know, a month ago, that I was getting, that all the refills I was getting of the Bamboo filament, they all weren't wound properly, and they were all getting jammed because they were all twisted, right? So I had 5 refills, and 3 of those refills had at least 2 twists in it. One of them had 7. I ended up halfway through the reel, I chucked the reel out, the filament. because it kept getting jammed and causing the print to stall. And if I start a print overnight and it gets jammed, the print goes nowhere, right? Anyway, I got more filament the other day. I had some stuff coming from Bamboo anyway, and so I ordered. I was out of black PLA, and they only had refills. They didn't have any full reels, and so I had no choice because the eSun stuff was also out. So I bought some Bamboo refills, and I opened the first one yesterday. And have a look at this. This is how it came. Oh my god, really? This is what it looked like. So look at the cardboard. It's all been smashed on both sides. The problem is that has to fit on the reel. See the white reel there on the inside? Look at it. You can't get it on the reel. And it doesn't matter which way you rotate it. I had to get a Stanley knife in there, and I had to sit there scraping both ends to try to get rid of excess cardboard. No, it didn't look wet. And also, the reel is not wound properly. Anyway, so that was the first one I opened. So I took a photo and I tried speaking to them about it, and they wouldn't talk to me about it. They said I had to put a support ticket in. So I put a support ticket in. I don't want a resolution. I just want to show them, like, how does a reel turn up like that? It's also missing one of those plastic things. There's supposed to be 4 on there. The plastic ties that hold it together. This was a sealed box. It's the quality control is really, really bad. How do I write that word? What word? I don't know what word that's supposed to be. Anyway, so I've got very much a hate-hate relationship with Bamboo at the moment, with my printer, with their filament. I didn't get a lemon. Hey Adam, because it printed for like 9 months perfectly without a hitch. But I can't print ReeflowMaster Pro cases. I'm out of cases. I can't print any. The last 2 attempts at printing cases, something about them's failed. Inconsistencies, right. Well, anyway, that's just the state of that. Like, that was sealed. That was in plastic, shrink wrapped, in a sealed box. Whoever sealed this must have seen the quality of this before they did it. Anyway, so I'm going to try one more thing here. I'm going to actually just paint. I don't think I can just paint though. If I set this to 5, see, it still puts support here. I don't want it to, I want to paint the okay, I'm going to paint the support on instead and see what it does. This is just a yeah. Size smaller. So I need this printed. I can't release these watches until I've solved this case print. And even if I ordered an XL, which I really want to do, I won't get it for like a month. Oops. I think that's the wrong angle. Oh. No. God, I hate this interface. So I'm telling it where to put support, because honestly, I can't trust it. It's drunk. Oh my God. I know this isn't PCB stuff, but I got people patiently waiting for a watch. I've done some really cool stuff on the firmware. Like, it's made some good progress over the last little bit. Got haptics in there and everything, and I can't ship them. Still doing 2, 3. And what's this? What are these just little bits of shit everywhere? Oh my god. Again, I don't have bamboo money, but can you use something like Cura or Slicer? Possibly, but then I've got to go through all the pain of getting all that set up and dialed in and all the settings and stuff. The ring. Oh, I saw that video. I haven't watched it. I've marked it as watch later. That Bluetooth ring. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Oh, I left this on 45 degrees. Doesn't really matter. Curious to see how it prints. Okay, I'm going to try this again. But, oh, look at that. Where's the support in here? It's got a little bit on the bottom and no support for the hole. Oh my god. Okay. So what's the bet? I'm going to start this to printing. Oh, I need to clear off the bed. Hang on. So it won't be a second. Okay. I even just gave the bed a wipe down. Okay. So what's the bet that's going to fail bed leveling? Okay, let's send it. See what happens. Beata. That's actually quite funny. Shall we watch it? Shall we see what it does? This part's pretty boring. It takes ages. It's a fast printer when it's printing, but it's not a fast printer to start printing. The amount of time it takes to do its heating up and then nozzle filament cleaning and then bed leveling really is like, it's like 8 minutes. It's crazy. Yeah, I'd rather break stuff that is in my head too. But sometimes I feel like smashing my head against the table for sure. Okay, come on. See? How slow this is. It's not even doing anything yet. It's just loading filament. Okay, while we're waiting, let's get back to KiCad and me not understanding what I'm going to do here. So hey, Miss England. No, it's been running the same firmware the whole time. Okay, I still don't know. I don't understand what I'm doing with this for the VREF, but I will. I don't know what I'm putting on those. Okay, chat, I need your advice. I'm buying a vacuum pump and AC gauges. Do I spend $150 for mare? It'll probably work a few times, or $200 will definitely at least work a few times. A vacuum pump. What's the vacuum pump for? Like what type of vacuum pump? Like for an aquarium?
Geek says whatever you buy, it's gonna.
I don't know. I'm not the person to ask, for sure. Really? Okay, so I really need to label these, right? So this is going to be in 1 M1. That's going to be into. Let's do the other way around. M2, M1 into. For motor 1, right? Motor 1 in 1. Because it can have multiple. Motor 1 out 1. Oh my gosh. I think it's coffee time. Out 2. Who labels the labelers? Can you hear the printer? It's still leveling. It's still doing. It's not even started printing yet. Still auto leveling. Oh, now it's got something stuck on the nozzle. Got it.
Andrew says you can disable some of those steps that happen before every print.
I missed that. Yeah, well, I need the bed leveling, unfortunately, so, because when it fails, I don't have a level bed. So I've got a new wiper where it uses to clean the filament as it's whatever. I've got new wipers coming maybe this week. Yeah, I get failed prints otherwise. So it's printing now, but however long that was, it takes ages. So, interesting to see how this, because I left it at the 45-degree angle. Interesting to see what it does. Okay. So motor 1. VREF on all of them should be the same, right? So this should be N fault. That should be M1. I guess all of these need to be labelled. Most of them need to be labelled M1 does. Maybe I'll just buy a whole bunch of motor drivers and sounds like a much better idea than me trying to design my own board. What do you think? Hey, weighing loads a little bit, then have it touch it for some reason. Does it mess up the... Yeah, depending on... Because there's a magnetic sheet, and it's a really strong magnet, and depending on what I've printed, how big it is, the mass, sometimes I need to put a bit of pressure on it to get the plate off, which is putting pressure on the bed, which can shift the bed out of position, yes. So this is still doing the first layer, and then it's got to go check the first layer. Honestly, maybe I should just Core Electronics. Go to Core Electronics. DRV 8874. I'm sure they've got the Polulu drivers. These ones here, $16 each. So it pulls the filament all the way out. Just so it can then check the thing. Anyway, there's so many different chips now. But anyway, which ones are yours? 8833. I don't know. I know the 8876 is the same as the 8874, but it less current, less peak current. I mean, Core Electronics aren't the cheapest. Oh, here we go, 8833. Is that the one you said? Oh, only 1.2 amp per channel, continuously. I mean, I'm sure I can buy on Amazon. That's 7.4. No? What? Wow, no 8874s. Lots of other crap. Oh, 8833s. 5 pieces. 825. Interesting. No, I don't want to. I can buy. I don't want to wait 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get them from Ali. That's the point. That's why I was looking at Core Electronics. Yeah. None of them are trustworthy, but waiting 3 weeks to get from Ali is not good. Pink LED and it makes magic smoke. Well, that's not hard. Put a pink LED on there and then feed it 240 volts or 110 volts. I just think I'm asking for trouble here.
Geek says good night, mortals.
Good night, Quixotic. Thanks for joining. I wasn't even planning on doing this today, by the way. So this was a spur of the moment. Okay. Is there anything I haven't named? M1 does VREF would all be the same on all of them, right? And all the rest are here in M1. See, it hasn't even started layer 2 yet. Or has it started layer, now it's going to do layer 3. Just... Anyway. When it's printing, it's fast. When it's changing layers, it is just shit else. Shit else. Okay, so that's motor 1. 2. Did I spot net labels? What? What are you talking about? Net names? Yeah, what do you mean? I've got net names. What? I don't understand the question. Wish this was a quicker way of doing this. Actually, I don't have to open that, I can just type it up here, but still. I'm so used to double clicking. You know, it'd be ace if I could just click on that and I had a cursor there and I could just type there, right on spot. And not have to click on it and then click somewhere else to change it, or not have to double click on it and then click. Anyway, you can dream. How's the pick and place behaving? Good. Not getting a lot of action at the moment, but otherwise.
Alan Madsen says Ref used to set the current for the stepper motor.
Yeah. It's no, I don't think so. It's the IO reference voltage. But I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. Okay, they're all 2. Okay, this will be number 3. I just realised I haven't set up a footprint for these. Oh. Yeah, that's not right. That one. So what's an AC vacuum pump for? Like, excuse my ignorance. Hey Chris, how you doing? Okay. It's printing. See, it prints faster when it gets to subsequent layers. Okay. I'm going to driver 3. This is so much fun. Hey Chris, how's your ZX80 board PCB going? Your multicolored PCB. Have you made any progress? When you have an AC leak, you can't just put refrigerator directly into it. You have to pull a deep vacuum and hold it there and boil off all the... So isn't that what an air conditioning service guy's for? Doing a lot of BOM optimization. But does it work? Is the BOM optimization just to make it a saleable item, or is it to get things working that isn't working or something? Okay, they're all the 3s. I hope so. Lucky last, number 4. License to serve air conditioning, is there a license on top of my... Okay, but you're doing it for yourself though, right? Or is it you getting this to do service work for other people? I'm just asking, just curious, by the way. Not judging. Get your laser asteroid working as a triggered sweep oscilloscope. What? It works really well. Awesome. I never had a ZX80. I had a friend who had one at school. I was a Commodore guy. But so I don't have that nostalgia over the ZX80. I think your projects look really cool. I'd buy one just because it looks cool. Ooh, got a stone flung into it. Wow. Yeah, I had all the... I didn't have VIC 20. I started on a C64. But yeah, C64, 2 different Amigas. Then started playing with PCs and total regrets. Okay, 4 and 4 and 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. They're all 4s. 3s, 2s. Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple of Commodore 64s, and I've got an Amiga 1200. So I had an Amiga 500. I had an Amiga 1000. Then I got an Amiga 500 back in the day, but they obviously got rid of them a long time ago. Again, total regrets that I did that. But yeah, I got myself a Amiga 1200 that I've put a whole bunch of stuff in it, but it's just sitting on my shelf now. I just I got it back when I was still doing game dev and just playing with it. But yeah, just don't have the time. I thought about making games for it, but then no. No. When you're making games for a living, you're playing games and making games for fun disappears. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need, so how many pins are the, so they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in, VCC, C1, C2 ground, M2. Really? I don't even know it. M1, 2 ground. Okay. So I'm gonna need 6 pin. So con 1. Is that con 01 6 pin socket? 6 pin socket. I'm gonna need 4 of those. But let's start with 1. So it's going to have motor out, and what I'm doing the same order they had on their board, just so it'll make hopefully everything compatible with the motors the way they're wired. So 5 volt C1 C2 and ground. 5 volts C1 C2 and ground. No. Wow. So that'll actually be VM, won't it? The motor, that'll be VM. No, maybe it won't be. I don't know. And that'll be encoder M1
Cian,
encoder
chat
1.
has disconnected.
Okay. And that'll be M1 encoder 2. So I'm just reading back. What did I miss? Okay. Oh my God, cold. Very cold. I think that's right. I don't know about the 5 volt though. Sorry, I'm just doing unnecessary cleaning already. Okay, it's M2. It was 42 degrees here with humidity today. Want to trade? Yeah, maybe. Like, right this second, yes, but I'm sure I'll then start bitching and moaning about how hot it is and take the cold again. I don't mind the cold normally, but my fingers are just, they just stop working. Like, it's really hard to get anything productive done. Either typing, coding, or building, or, you know, whatever. Like, you know, using tweezers when your fingers are frozen and whatever. It's hard. Poor me. Poor Sion. Okay. Now I think the connectors on this board are just SH connectors. I think I need to check. Housing SH 4 pin. Do I have 6 pin? I thought I had 6 pin housing. PH housing 6 pin. I do. So. Oh, maybe not. Or are they just bent? Yeah, it's definitely pH. Just these sockets are a bit bent, so it won't fit in. Yep, okay. So I need a 6-pin pH. Do I actually have 6-pin pH? I've got 8-pin headers, 6-pin 90 degrees. Okay, I do. I don't have vertical, but I've got 90-degree ones. Doesn't experience sub-zero temperature. Yeah, it would be bad. Okay, so footprint. What am I looking for? JST pH. Oh, why do they have to label them this way? I don't want vertical, horizontal. That one. Okay. Copy. I should have set it first on them all. Okay, so obviously I got no way of interfacing this to a microcontroller yet. I would never survive on Mars. Multi-key. What are you trying to get multi-key press working? Out of curiosity, I spent a lot of time on multi-touch recently. Hey AJ. Yeah, it's temperature's dropped here. It's what you're saying. It's 2 degrees. It was 3. It's gone back to 2. So what I should do is I'm going to, what do I need? What am I going to plug into it? How much I/O do I need? I need 8 I/O for the encoders, and I need 8 I/O for so I need 16 I/O just for controlling each motor driver and the encoders, and then that doesn't include the end fault or iProp, which is for the current sensing. I need a lot of I/O. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 24. I don't think I've got even on my Pro S3. I don't have enough. I'm not going to have enough I/O. Running the touch pins through an analog multiplexer. I see. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's one way of doing it. Hang on. How's that going to work? I don't understand how that's going to give you multi-touch or multi-key press without having the issue with the ghost press. Yeah, what is a multiplexer going to give you? Right. I still don't see how that's going to help you. This is a problem I've been working on for 2.5 months. I've been trying to, and I couldn't come up with a solution that worked. Oh, I need a, oh, this is not, how do I talk about this without showing what I'm doing? If you have, good night, Shipu. If you've got two columns, column 1 and column 10, let's just say, right? So you got columns and you got rows, yeah? That's what you're doing right now. And you're working out that if you touch here, you're touching column 1, row 4, yeah? Even if you're turning rows on and off all the time, if you touch column 1, if row 2 is turned on, right, and you're touching column 1, row 2, but you're also touching column 10, row 7, how is it not detecting 2 on row 10? Because they're both still cross-touching. That's what I want to know. Each pad individually, hard to explain in text. Okay, I'm really curious to see how you solved it. No, you can't do the, no, this is for capacitive touch, not button press. It's not I/O on and off. You can't use diodes. It's not a keypad matrix, it's touch. Okay, if you've solved it, I'd love to know how you solved it. Because, like, if you can do each... I don't understand how you can do each individual pad. Because it's still going back to the touch interface, right? You're still going back to however many touch. You're still reading touch on the ESP32, yeah? So at some point, some of your touch, some of your inputs, like 2 inputs have to be turned on, and those inputs are going to... okay, I need to see what you're doing. Yeah. If you're up for it, I wouldn't mind having a look at the schematic. And then I'll send back what I'm doing. Live diagnostic stream. What? Don't know if this is working. No, you can't do resist. This is using the touch, the capacitive touch inside the ESP32 chip. There is no resistive touch inside there. No, it's not finished. It's still got 10 minutes to go. 5 touch pins, and they are connected to pads. So how many outputs does the multiplexer IC have? Yeah, the print's not looking great, is it? Look at that. It's really not working. So that garbage is from the purge tower. So the purge tower at the back is screwed. Oh, my camera just stopped. So it's still printing, but that's the purge tower. Like, seriously. Like, the Z-axis is just... Like, the printer's just fucked. Excuse my language. Output, so 5 multiplexers, 1 for each touch pin. Wow. So how many keys in total? So you can still read the capacitive touch through the multiplexer back to the pin. $40 keys, yeah. I got a lot more keys than 40, that's the problem. It's changing filaments when it's still. This is the problem with doing the bamboo and doing multiple colors and multiple filaments. Takes forever. Like, it's really slow. Really, really slow. But, works on your breadboard test. Okay, that's really cool. Very cool. What was I doing? I was looking for... how many pins I need. I guess I can put a nano S3 on there. How many IO have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, no, 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, I've got enough on the Pro S3. No, it's not Charlie plexing. Yeah, it'll work. If it's working on a breadboard. Although there could be the extra capacitance on the breadboard that's helping it. You never know. Okay, so possibly I can use the Pro S3. Have I not got that loaded? Really? That's annoying. Manage symbol libraries plus Pro S3. I want to go over here. KiCad symbols Pro S3. Yay. Okay. Unexpected library. Breadboard from Temu. This is Alan's breadboard from Temu. Nice. Makes me hungry. Okay, so I'm gonna have to work out a whole bunch of I/O. Okay, this is going to be a mess. You ready? Watch this. This is just going to be a cluster. Can I load footprint? No footprint assigned. What? Didn't I set the footprints for these? Oh, Sion. That is terrible. Bad boy, Sion. Bad boy. So many resistors, so no footprints. So distracted. What's the time? Almost 2 hours. I don't know if I've missed any. Let's find out. Nope. Good. Update. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff.
Sion, Chad has disconnected.
If two GPIO boards, you can have an array of 16 with an interrupt. No, it's not key press wagon loads. Oh, if you're talking about what Chris is doing, it's capacitive touch. It's not I/O, it's capacitive. So yeah, it's not a matrix, like a matrix key panel. So totally different. Why are they not snapping? I hate how it comes in like this. Really. Let's get these out of the way. Okay, I hate it having all those on there. So we're going to turn them all off. And then struggle to work out which one's which. There we go. Cleaner, much cleaner. Motor driver 2. Let's get them closer. And what are all these ones? Wow, this is going to take ages. Didn't I make some of these 0603? I'm sure I did. Okay, it says the print's finished. I don't know what's happened because of the purge tower. What a mess. Okay, well, the painted supports might have worked. I don't have a camera set up at the moment that I can show overhead, but the purge tower here has just destroyed itself. So that's what that gunk was. So you can see the red is where I'm using red PETG. I've got black PETG, but I'm using red for now just so I can see what it's doing. So I can already see that this hasn't worked. I can already see that this side has broken off again. See, it just fell off. So the supports just aren't working. It's not the PETG thing, because it worked on this side, but that's fused into the thing. It's just there's something wrong with their algorithm or something, or the way it's sending the print. But every single time, it's just destroyed that side of the case again. Even with so it's better than what it was. It doesn't have all the stuff hanging off the edge as much, but it's still no good. Like I can't use and that side's gone as well. I don't know what to do. Like it just won't support. I can't. Maybe I have to try a tree support. They've changed something with their print, with their slicing or something, and it just won't work anymore. And I printed 100 of these designs. Man, this is so annoying. Just a waste of time, like an hour.
Zero Engineer says I printed the ones I printed yesterday with tree supports.
The problem with tree supports, and although apparently they've improved it in this latest firmware, is it always leaves a very messy edge. They've had slicing issues with support with tree. Let me just. This is so frustrating. So if I tell it to be so I just don't trust it. I'm gonna put this thing back in.
Alan Madsen says, does it have anything to do with the humidity? I know Klar is very susceptible to moisture. Don't know how what you print with does with noise.
What? Does it have anything to do with the humidity? There is no humidity here. Not right now. Yes, I think that's gonna. There's not even any support in there. There's only so many times I can do this. I'm turning the bed leveling off to make it go faster, but this is just really bad. What a mess. Okay, I don't think I've got the patience to lay all this out right now. So, oh, here we go. There were big caps.
Paul Byerly says, could you do test prints of the failed areas to dial in the settings?
Test prints of the failed. How do I print the failed area? Like it's part of the whole thing. It's not a dialed in settings thing. So all this stuff was printing perfectly 2 weeks ago. No issues. I've been selling watches for ages. I've been printing. I've got stacks of cases I printed. No problem. So there's something going on with my printer, and they've changed something in the slicing, which is, anyway, it doesn't matter. Sorry, I've been living in this printing thing for like over a week now, like 10 days. So yeah. Like I'm not in a troubleshooting headspace
Alan
at the
Madsen
moment.
says it's the moisture in the filament.
No, brand new filament, and also, yeah, no, that's not a filament issue. It's happening on the same side of the case every time, but not on the other side. And my printer is failing to level, and it's doing things like you saw with the purge tower. That's not the filament. Anyway, it's not humidity. It's not the filament. It doesn't matter what filament I use. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, it's 2 hours, just under 2 hours. I'm going to save this. I don't have the patience for laying all this out right now. But we made a start, which is good. They'll give me something to tinker with later. It's definitely a printer issue, amongst other things. Yes. There's something wrong with my printer. Just in general. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go. I'm going to get coffee. I'm going to get something to eat, some breakfast. And Bamboo don't service them. Which is really annoying. Hit it until it works. Yeah. Like at some point I'm just going to rage and just buy a Prusa or something.
Alan Madsen says, don't the drivers not need that big CAD?
I've got a couple of bigger caps, but possibly. But I'm worrying about that after. Yeah. I put two 0603s there, but I'll probably swap one of them out for an 0805 or maybe a 1206 or something. Although it's easier for me to just stick multiple 0603s down. Okay, folks, I'm going to go. Thanks for joining. I'd like to say that you all kept me warm, but you didn't. Hot porridge. Oh, yeah, yum. Yum. Berry porridge. That'd be good. Seventh thumb. What? Anyway, have a nice week, everyone. Hopefully I'll get either my printer sorted or I'll just freaking buy another one. And I'll be able to print and I'll be able to do the thing from this week, next week. Fingers crossed. Okay, I'll chat with you off here, Chris, about what you're doing. I'm very curious, and I'll explain to you the issues I'm having with my project. But, yeah, okay. Sorry. Bye, everyone. Take care.